Alright guys, so today we're going to be showing off just a little bit of the Toyota attitude to Dustin today, who has his Lexus TX, and actually be able to show him which one is better. Obviously.
We'll see about that. So right as we get into things here, we do know that the Lexus base model behind me, or the luxury package, comes in around the $72,000 mark, and Hillary's,
we're probably going to be at about the $53,000 mark.
Because it's the XLE.
Correct.
Because it's the XLE. So without further ado, Hillary, let's start with the front end. Show me what we're working with on the Grand Highlander.
So this one is our 2024 Grand Highlander. Now, of course, when it comes to the Highlanders in general, Highlanders have always been more of that rounded kind of figure. So when they came out with the Grand Highlander is now actually a lot more squared off.
Yeah, it definitely is more squared off than the previous generation.
It honestly reminded me of the RAV4 the first time I saw it. It was definitely
I see
more
that
like
throughout the lineup.
Yeah,
yes,
exactly.
For sure.
I personally do like it better on this side. You do end up getting like that silver trim on the top, especially very nice with the black. And then of course the gloss black grille in the front as well.
What does that grille remind you of?
That one.
This is kind of like the spindle grille that Lexus used to use. Except for with a bigger,
I was gonna say with the,
like the cross sections are bigger, but if you look up and you see these little angles, it's definitely very S-Sport-esque. Oh, but you know, I just noticed, Hillary? So these little shapes here are actually the same shape as the grille. Do you see that?
So the shape.
See like this little shape here? It's literally the same shape as the grille,
honestly,
just a bunch of little ones.
Which is nice because then it just puts it all together, right?
It definitely is a smooth look, but if you want to talk about an even smoother look, let me show you to the front of the TX. So we do have the same size. There's no secrets there. It's also very squared off, like the Highlander, although it's a little more chiseled, I would say.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Like this piece right here versus the Grand Highlander is a lot more blade-like.
It reminds me more of like that modern look, right? Like kind of like the Priuses that are coming out now.
Is it Priuses or Prii?
Priuses.
I think it's Prii.
Prii?
Internet, let us know in the comments below.
Let me know which one it is.
What is what is multiple of Prius? Prii. So then the grille isn't as open as previous Lexuses. It's definitely more closed off. We still have those pieces going across and a little bit of grille there, but do you know why they did that?
Oh, you do have a little bit of grille there. There's literally like slots right in there.
So do you know why they did that?
Aerodynamic?
A little bit, yes. There is aerodynamics because the T stands for not Tyrannosaurus Rex. It stands for thoughtful. So everything on the TX is supposed to be thoughtful.
Okay.
And also what we're seeing, or what we started to see, was a lot of cars are EVs, or becoming more EVs. And EVs have a very specific front end because they don't need those cooling properties. And Lexus didn't want to look super outdated if that's the way that the industry goes. So this front end looks very similar to some of those first EVs, which I thought was interesting. We do have some fog lights on either side.
And this is still on your base model, correct?
This is on the base model.
Okay.
But do you notice anything different about the Lexus emblem, Hillary?
It's a lot more out.
It's actually smaller. So this is a very unique Lexus emblem to any of the other emblems that you see on Lexi.
Okay.
And that is, it's thinner and more aerodynamic because what they wanted to do was make sure they paid attention to every little detail, and that gives it a little bit more of a quiet ride when it comes to things like wind noise.
Okay.
So they actually even thoughtful of the emblem itself.
Okay, fair enough. Now, with that said, still absolutely love, do not get me wrong, modern, very nice, but again, always nice with the rugged look, right? So the Grand Highlander, on the other hand, we still end up getting like our headlights over here that are coming more sort of towards like the hood there. I will give you do end up having fog lights on the bottom.
Yes.
But with that being said, we do still have like our vent on each side here. Oh. Yeah, right there.
It is a real vent.
It is a real vent.
It is a real vent. It looks fake, but if you get up close,
so it is a real vent, which is nice, especially, again, still even on the base model, right? They still thought about it.
Thoughtful
on the Toyotas, regardless.
Where's your daytime running light?
So the daytime running lights are actually going to be right.
Is it on the top or is it the headlight?
See the headlight.
No. It's the headlight. Okay.
Yeah, it's the headlight.
Oh, interesting.
And then
I have that
Right.
Beautiful. Oh my goodness. Why? I pulled that key out of nowhere because I knew she was going to talk about headlights, and I had to show her that massive frosted daytime running light.
Yeah, of course. You know what? I will give you that. Of course, it's Lexus. Do not get me wrong. But you know what? More of a like rugged look is always nice.
But you know what? Also,
you know
too, Hillary, maybe as a couple years go by, maybe some enthusiasts will just buy these headlights and put it on the Grand Highlander, because it's going to be close. I bet you could probably retrofit something.
Yeah,
in there,
probably. And I mean, considering that we're about what, a $20,000.
Who's counting?
I mean,
Who's counting?
I think I am.
I don't know.
Just saying.
It's all just dollars and cents. You can't take it with you, folks.
Another thought that I had: Grand Highlander, 4-cylinder turbo. Is that the same?
It's the exact same.
Same exact
Which, speaking
engine.
of which, let's pop the hoods.
Okay.
I gotta show you something under the hood. And no, it's not the engine. So yes, you are right. Both of them are sharing the same powertrain. Exactly. There is no difference there.
Okay.
But we can see some differences. On 3, 1, 2. Can you find it?
Yeah, I found it.
I'll tell you where it's where my Lexus emblem is.
It's right here. Right. Don't worry, I got it.
So
hey, he's already powered.
Oh, do you need a hand? Hang on, do you need a hand? Which I don't care about the prop rod. That's fine because Toyotas are so reliable. They're so reliable, it doesn't even matter.
Yes.
But here's a big difference. And I only realized this the other day. I have multiple hood latch points.
You do.
And you only have one.
Yes.
And that was an interesting thing I just learned the other day. But otherwise, I see the same insulation.
Yep, for sure.
Pretty much.
Pretty similar.
Pretty much the same. Mine's a lot more dirty though. This is our test drive car.
This is our test drive car too.
Yo, yours is I guess.
And we actually take care of the dirt and everything, make sure it's clean for you guys.
Or mine's just been more driven. But other than that, it's the exact same.
I was gonna say, it literally looks exactly the same. So I mean, just saying the whole dollars and cents thing, I'm just saying, like, it kind of helps.
I mean,
same engine and everything. Now, if you're gonna go more on the modern side, then yes.
I will give you that, Hillary. Let's shut the hoods.
Okay.
Ready? Look how easy that was.
Oh, thanks.
We knew that going into it.
Okay.
I set you up.
It's done.
Let's check out the side and the inside. Okay, Hillary, so on the side profile, there's not a ton of differences.
There's really not.
But I'm still gonna show you anyway. So we have a 20-inch wheel setup here.
Okay.
Behind that, it's not a super big brake, but it's big enough. I think that's probably the same on yours. But you'll notice the fender flares as well as the side skirt are all painted. So this is not that textured material. It actually is painted to the body color, which in this particular car is pearl.
Windshield pearl.
It is a Toyota color.
Thank you.
It is exactly the windshield pearl.
Yep, okay.
Otherwise, we have a little bit of chrome at the top, but the rest is all blacked out. And something that hasn't come to the Toyota lineup in any way, shape, or form, and that's the electronic door latch. I don't think so. Anyway.
No, actually
So it's one of my favorite things about the Lexus, and that is you can just put your hand in there. Just put your hand in there.
There's still a button there.
Yeah, it's a little button though, and it's when you leave that's the more important one, because when you go to get out, you just press that button, and in one motion you get to. Exactly.
All right, that's pretty cool. Not gonna lie. But I mean, there's always going to be the nice traditional keyless entry that we as a Toyota family do have. And I mean, still works nicely. Don't have to worry about any keys or anything like that. And again, if it works, that's awesome, right? There's no point in changing it.
It does work.
Now, the other thing too is that as much as I do like the paint, do not get me wrong, matching paint and everything is amazing. But what if something happens and it scuffs?
Oh, you mean the pieces here?
On the pieces there.
I'm sure they're not that expensive. Actually, I'm sure the average Lexus buyer isn't going off-road, so.
Okay, fair enough. But just in case of anything, because you never know, right? Nowadays, you never know. But at least ours right here is going to be the plastic fender flare, so in case anything does happen, which is still black, and it's a nice contrast to the gloss black that is on the Grand Highlander. In case of anything at all, not that bad. Just saying.
Other than that, they are exactly the same cars from the side.
Yep.
Like even the body lines, here you can see on the Pearl a little bit.
Yeah, and then over here as well. Going
it's the exact same shape.
Right over here.
But we did just notice something, and I wasn't gonna bring it up. What did we just notice?
You tell me.
The gap is a little bigger on the Toyota. Now that could be just like a flaw on this one, but the door and fender gap versus the Lexus
you can actually see it a little bit more.
Is a little different, and it could be on purpose, I don't know. I'm using just my finger to measure. We're not engineers using micrometers and stuff.
This is true.
But versus the Lexus, I did notice it's just a little bit tighter, but they are built on the same assembly line, I'm pretty sure. So
yes, exactly.
I think the only thing difference is the Lexus gets extra quality control. So maybe that's why they tighten that up, I don't know.
Probably, maybe. The other thing, actually, I don't know if it's maybe just me because of the white with the black, but the body lines on the bottom, I feel like they stick out more on the Lexus than they do here.
It could be the pearl.
Or it could just be the pearl.
Yeah, that could be the pearl.
Just like the way, I don't know, you guys tell us. Because,
actually, here's another thing though. On your handle, you can see the keyhole. Yes. Which actually has its benefits and it has its pros and cons.
Just in case of anything, right?
Yes. To get into the Lexus, you got to pop off the little cap. It's a little tricky.
That's kind of annoying.
This one is out there. So if you get a dead battery.
Yeah,
if you get a dead battery.
Just in case of anything, right? So there's.
But other than that, they're the same. So let's go to the back.
Yes. All right, Dustin. So going back to the Grand Highlander, just saying the first and foremost when it comes to this is just how gangster, okay, this back end looks. Now with that, yes, you got your taillights here, and I do see, do not get me wrong, that you have the bar over there, but the whole evil eye kind of looking thing over here looks amazing to me. Plus the fact that the Grand Highlander logo, you're used to it being popped out as an actual emblem, but the fact that it's actually sleek into the paint, I absolutely love.
I do like that sleek look. I do like that it's blacked out. And I also like that it says the full name across the whole hatch.
It looks amazing.
It's kind of like,
that way.
You don't just drive a Toyota, you drive a Grand Highlander.
Exactly.
I do like that.
Exactly.
That's cool.
So that I definitely love. Now, of course, you still get your Toyota emblem at the back, which is not like a sensor like you have on the front end of the vehicle, but still considering that that is still really nice. And then, of course, your rear window wiper and then your third brake light. Now, still you have the spoiler, which is nice, but I think the whole overall of this is just more so that, again, rugged look, right?
But speaking of gangster, this new taillight that underlines Lexus is super, super sharp. Now at nighttime you can see it's sort of three-dimensional with a little bit of frosted, you know, glass to it, which I really like. I like that it underlines Lexus to kind of show you what someone is driving. And then we do have just the TX350 in the bottom right corner and the exact same wiper that Toyota has. But we have to race, obviously.
We do.
Let's race. Okay, so 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay.
Oh, you actually won that. You actually won that.
So again, Toyota, amazing.
They're the exact same. That's the same part number on there. I do see you have an accessory in your trunk, so why not you start us off then?
So first off, that what you 100% see is the cargo liner that you do end up coming with the vehicle. So it's not even an extra. It just comes with.
Oh, hang on a second. They don't have to pay any extra for this.
Nope.
Is this just because they're going to see you to buy the Grand Highlander?
I mean, yes, obviously, but
everybody
gets
it. Okay.
But everybody else gets it. Yes, Toyota was like, you know what? Even though it is still the base model, you still get it with the XLE package, which is amazing. The other one too is actually the tonneau cover, which you also end up getting as well. Now, with that being said, seats. Now, we all know when it comes to the Highlanders and all of these 3-row SUVs, you get this type of cargo space.
I think this is bigger than most.
I was gonna say, honestly, now again, this is with the seats up, right? So this is with the seats up and even with the seats slightly bent or slightly inclined. Now with that, it is not powered. I will give you that one. Okay, so, but it is faster to be able to bring up. Just saying. It
is faster in an emergency. If you emergency needed to fold your seat.
Yes, exactly. Now, of course, with that, you also do end up getting your tire patch kit underneath, which is always nice. And then of course the spare tire that goes right underneath that. So I know there are especially some of the hybrid models, you only get the patch kit, that's it. You still get the extra, that spare tire underneath, which is amazing.
So I know on the Lexus, and it's probably the same in the Toyota, they designed it that every passenger in the back of the TX that we used can have a piece of carry-on luggage, and I can see that this would be the exact same.
Exactly.
So enough for an entire family worth of small, same continental flight.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
if you're going to Hawaii and you're bringing like 10 suitcases, that's different.
Definitely not.
But for a small flight, it looks like enough space.
Yeah, no, 100%.
So let's compare it to the Lexus. I know there's not going to be any difference in terms of space. Mine doesn't come with the cargo liner. And I know what you're going to say, you pay all that money, you don't get a cargo liner, but you can buy one for like 180 bucks. they're not that big a deal.
Of everything else.
But I do get a medic kit. So
which
the classic,
I know is famous with Lexus.
I know, you get the medic kit. This is a family SUV.
Yes.
And what happens to families? They get boo-boos sometimes, right?
That's true.
Little Angus tries to do a kickflip, he messes up, and you have some Band-Aids in there.
This is true.
As much as you want. Especially for little Angus. He's this big. In the back though, it is power, as Hillary mentioned. So to the left side, I do have 2 switches.
Okay.
And they are slower than manual, but you can actually just walk away when you do it. So you press that button, go grab whatever you are putting there, and they'll come up. And then I'm just gonna put them back up. You will notice from back here that I only have 2 headrests. And that's because the back seat, that 3rd row of the TX, is a 2-passenger. And do you know why, Hillary?
No.
Because in first class, you don't have 3 seats. You have 2. So it is a lot more comfortable than squeezing 3 people back there. Other than that, we have the same lights. I saw lights up on the side of yours. Yep. The same kit. I think, do you have the 12 volt? Do you have the 12 volt outlet on yours?
No.
Really? You're like, huh, we can get that on Amazon, but.
Nope, unfortunately, I was gonna say.
But you have more space.
I was gonna say, I have more space.
You have more space on that side.
When it comes to this, because it's actually it's deeper inside.
Do you know why? No subwoofer. That's what the subwoofer is. That's what the subwoofer is.
Yeah.
So I got that bass, but you got that space. What? Oh my God.
Wow. Okay.
That's enough of the rear. Let's get inside where I'm sure we're gonna find $20,000 of value in the Lexus.
All right, let's take a look. All right, so getting into the actual Grand Highlander, especially that 3rd row, let me show you how quick and easy this is going to be. So it's already up, so you kind of just put it right down, up, in, and already comfortable, and I'm ready to go, and I'm reclined back and just ready to have a nap. So while you're relaxing back here, you do end up getting your fast charging Type-C ports, which you do also end up getting on the other side. You also do end up getting 3 cup holders here, which is amazing. And then 2, if you ever are not wanting to be all the way up, you can just click on the latch that is here and just literally go exactly where you want to be. And you have another 3rd person here in case you guys are more and anything like that. And the other thing is the space that you have. And this is all the way back, and still you have tons of leg room and still comfortable.
So getting into the 3rd row of the TX is also an experience on its own. All you have to do is press and hold this button and the car does the rest. So for small children, that's super easy to teach them. Then once you get back here, we do have a little bit more amenities. For instance, even the armrests on the side are padded. And I know that seems like a small thing, but to me that's super important. And this row being power, I have a little switch here that I can recline it quite far back, especially being a taller dude. I have not only cup holders, but also an iPad or tablet holder, which is quite nice. Some USB-Cs. It is 2 seats because in first class, we don't have, rows of 3. And it just gives you a little bit more space. And that was the Lexus's whole thing with this, was we wanted every seat to be the best seat. And let me just move this back to demonstrate, even at 6'1", I still have a ton of space back here. My legs, my head, and my back reclined to the back. And everything works and fits perfect. Okay, Hillary, you finally have me to drive a Grand Highlander. This is a first for me. I've done videos on them, but I've never driven it.
Okay, perfect. So this is going to be definitely an experience.
It is going to be an experience, for sure.
Already, because this one is 100%, so much has been said about the drive with this one, but we're just going to let you experience that for yourself.
Let's put it in drive. We'll see how it feels.
Perfect.
My expectations are none. Let's see. Okay, so right away.
Handling wise
is good. Okay, Hillary, I'm gonna punch it a little bit.
All right, go right ahead.
Okay, it feels really familiar.
Yeah.
Let's say that. I will say that. A couple things I noticed that I like. is the buttons. We have lots of them, and they're not all just in a row. Like, they seem to be spaced.
It's more so like that trackpad, right, that you're so used to, which is nice because of the layout. So you don't really have to know or kind of have to look around. So you have your eco, your sport.
We also have, so we have rock and dirt.
Exactly.
And mud and sand.
Yep.
It makes it feel like it's more truck-like than I expected, which that's okay.
And then you also get your snow, and then of course your incline as well if you're on
Is
a
that
hill.
called incline, do you think?
Is it called incline?
I think it's called downhill.
Sorry, down
assist control or something like that. It's like you don't need to press a button to go up a hill, but to go down a hill. We do.
Yes.
Handling feels good. I don't know why. In my head, I feel like I can feel like the tires are bigger, like they're the 18-inch with that bigger sidewall, which is a little squishy, but that's okay. We're gonna do a roundabout. I'm just gonna throw it around this corner and see how it goes. So let's just see. Oh yeah, she's fine, eh?
Oh yeah.
That's fine.
Smooth and everything.
Yeah, handling.
And it's not too bumpy, right? So.
It's definitely, I would say, if anything, it's way softer than I expected. It's not as tight as I wanted, but it's softer. Everything seems super easy to use because it's just buttons. And they're not anything too fancy, which is fine. Like, it's not piano black, it's just textured. I like how they kept the classic Highlander armrest.
Oh yeah.
Where you can have it open and still have your arm on the side.
We're all thinking about comfortability, right?
Comfortability.
Comfortability is the key.
In the comment section, is that a word?
Yes, it is.
It is a word. It turns out it's a word. Can you show me how to open the sunroof?
So, there is none. Sorry, not on the XLE.
Which is fine, because you still get leather.
Yep.
Heated seats, but not cooled.
Correct.
The screen is honestly the same as the Lexus. The Lexus is probably a little taller of a screen. This is like as wide.
Probably.
We have radar cruise. So wait, what is the safety system called?
So I was gonna say, this was gonna be your Toyota Safety Sense 3.0.
Okay.
So this one you are gonna get, like of course, all your standard blind spot monitor, your brake assist, and all of that. You do get your radar cruise control on your steering wheel, of course.
Okay. Cool.
In the front there, where you see your odometer and everything, that is also can be personalized, which is great.
Cool. Let me see. I want to see if it's the same. Oh, it's different. It's very different. This is different than any Lexus I've seen. It is good. Well, okay, here's the thing though. It could be the exact same screen, like mechanically, like it's the same panel, but like different programming.
Okay.
Because it seems to be the same size as the Lexus, but like the animations are different, it's a different layout. So with the new Toyota Safety Sense, it looks like we also have this, what is it called? The sign? Road sign assist.
Yes, road sign assist, and
Is there a model lower than this or no?
No, so this is the base. So this is literally the lowest, and even for it being the lowest, it's still very much equipped. Like if you don't mind having no sunroof or anything like that, you know, you still get leather seats, you still get all of that. Okay,
they did a good job. Good job, Toyota. Everything does seem pretty solid. I mean, the little plastic bits, I felt like they did on purpose. Like the higher packages probably don't have those.
No.
But that's okay, because when you're getting something that's entry level, you almost want it to feel a little bit entry level so that it helps justify the price. So.
Yes, exactly. And even then, again, still same as being entry level. The whole point is the experience of it, right? You want to be able to feel like you're driving a nice machine.
Yes, I agree. And does it take regular gas or premium gas?
Regular.
It takes regular gas?
It takes regular gas.
What?
So again, worth the price, worth the money.
There's no way I can explain that, people. All I can say is the Lexus is a premium car. It takes premium gas.
Yes.
For premium people. I don't know how Toyota could do regular gas in this when it's the same. Okay. Is there anything else I need to know about the interior here? What else should I?
So I mean, the only thing now, of course, temperature-wise, and then the thing is too is that even though this kind of looks more of like a touch, it is just the knob here.
So the climate control
is still a knob.
And there's grip
and there's
to it.
grip too around it.
It's plastic, but there's like a rubber grip on the outside.
Which is nice, right? So you don't have to worry too much about that.
And it's three-zone?
And it's three-zone.
Okay.
So you get your two front, and then you also get the back. So there is a power button here, and then for the vent and everything in the back as well. Okay. Which I'm pretty sure our camera guy is probably feeling that right now.
We could cool him off.
Yeah.
He's had to deal with us all day.
Today's a very warm day. So now, and of course, you get your rear climate, so you can control it from here as well, and you can control it from the back.
I did see that. Yeah.
So cool. There is a panel in the back as well. So there is that, and then of course your push button start is here. You do get a Type Type-C port and another port here. And there's tons of space.
Yeah, you could put a lot of things
Now,
there.
right now, my phone's just kind of inside one of the cup holders, but you do get 3.
You get 3 in the front?
Yeah, you get 3 here, and then, of course, in your doors as well.
Those aren't for cups, though. Those are for, like, Stanleys. That's
yes.
like when you put your Yeti.
Massive.
Your Yeti and your Stanley.
And then, of course, you do get more storage here in case of anything at all, and another Type-C port.
So we have lane centering, we have radar cruise, we have blind spot, we have parking sensors, right?
Yes.
Okay.
You do get sensors
So
all the way
really,
around.
yeah, this XLE is kind of like what I remember like a fully loaded Highlander having.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
That's pretty cool. Okay. Yeah, driving wise, it is nice. I'd say my only criticism is it's like very soft.
Yeah.
And that could just be those tires. I think the higher packages probably have a 20-inch, I would imagine.
Yes, they are.
So that's totally fine. But the engine feels very familiar. Yeah, I have nothing bad to say about the Grand Highlander.
How you feeling?
This is good. This is good. I think this would be really good for families.
Yes.
I'm surprised with the rock and dirt and the mud and sand because I don't picture this being an off-road. That's like the Land Cruiser or the GX.
Yeah, sure. I mean,
but
whenever you go camping though, right? You never know. There's also that too.
Yeah, that's true. That's for sure. Okay. Okay, Hillary.
All right. So
take us away.
I am now in the TX, and I'm just gonna say this because I noticed it right off the bat. Thank you for correcting me earlier. It is the Windows Media Player. The animation that I saw first and foremost just reminded me of that. So that was kind of a nostalgia moment there.
Now the shifter is the electronic door
okay,
gear
so
shifter.
just like the Prius and all of our hybrid models.
And the LC500.
LC500, yes.
Over and down. That's what I gotta do.
Okay.
There you go.
Perfect.
And now we're in drive.
And now we're gonna just go. And I'm probably just gonna
Yeah, just
turn
go left.
right around here. Okay, even just doing that was nice.
So you're gonna want to punch it. Let's just try a little punch.
Okay. And still very similar.
It's similar.
Very similar.
I didn't hear as much exhaust noise.
No, yeah, I will say
I
that
think it's a little quieter.
This is actually a lot quieter.
So we have the bigger screen. Now the screen controls pretty much everything. There's a couple buttons in the center.
I was gonna say.
However, most of like the different drive modes and stuff like that, you would just do quickly through the screen.
Okay.
So sport mode, stuff like that. Most of the time, you're just gonna let the car do its thing. And same thing, it has the LSS Plus, so.
And this has the drive assist on this one?
Oh, so what you felt
yeah.
is proactive drive assist.
Okay.
So it's like that safety bubble around the whole car.
Exactly.
So someone slows down in front of you. The car's always like watching.
Okay.
Did you know that that's actually, it's called machine learning AI. So it's artificial intelligence that's learning how Canadians drive.
Okay.
And it's picking up on that stuff.
And now I'm just coming up to that roundabout.
You gotta whip it through here.
And whew. All right.
See?
Okay.
It's tight, right?
It's tight. Yeah.
Yeah,
all right. Yeah, you know what? Going from the Grand Highlander to this, I will say that it is softer, right? Like you said in the other one. This one was definitely tighter, so you feel like you're more in control.
And that's what Lexus said they wanted to do, was make it so it's like, this is the Lexus driving experience or signature.
Okay.
So this was actually a little bit more engineered on the track Shimoyama in Japan, and that's how they're differentiating some of these models, is making it more of a driving experience versus just buttons and features, right?
Okay.
So a little bit more the internals.
Yeah. Now, I'm not gonna lie, a lot of this technology is a little much, just for me personally, this is just a personal preference, but the drive, I will say, I do like. It is definitely a lot more like you're in control of it, and it is quieter.
So we also have the armrests that open, each side can kind of open.
Okay.
We have 2 cup holders and they come out. So you can actually take these out to clean them, make room if you wanted to like reconfigure.
Okay.
So it's a little more module there. Same as your XLE, we have wireless charging, 3 USB-Cs there, which is you know,
nice.
huge. But overall, very similar, just a little bit different driving experience and just a different sort of layout and configuration, I think, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, again, just the drive itself is 100% very, very nice, very smooth, very, Actually, yeah, it's a lot more like you're in control of the vehicle, which I'm not gonna lie, I was not expecting.
Okay, so steering wheel layout. So since this one doesn't have the heads-up display, it's not like the new touch one, but on there we still have, you know, the lane centering assist, the radar cruise control, all the radio buttons, volume, all that stuff. And it's actual physical buttons. Even
going through, I was gonna say the physical buttons is actually nice and refreshing. But yeah, even the still going through the menu and everything is gonna be, it's very much similar, but obviously other than the animation and everything, right, is different.
And then you just press the P to put it in park. And there you go.
Okay.
It's a very thoughtful experience, would you say, Hillary?
Yes, it is a very thoughtful experience. 100%.
And now, for this part of the video, we're going to drag race them. Just kidding, we can't do that. That would be illegal. We cannot break the law on this channel.
I was about to say, you kind of got me a little excited there, but no, we can't do that. Sorry, guys.
On the Highlander, can you see screens like this where it shows like fuel economy? I'm sure you do, right? You could do like custom drive modes, because this sport mode actually tightens the suspension and stuff like that.
Oh, okay. And then once you go into normal and then
you can
like,
you
so I know like the Grand Highlander, we can 100% go through. Oh, look at that.
See what I mean?
So mode preferences. Okay, so again, more technology.
There's more technology. Yeah,
just more technology. But you know what? That is really cool, because especially if you have like certain driving preferences and everything, right? That's really cool. But no, unfortunately, the Grand Highlander does not have that.
And we do have the pano roof, which I forgot to mention.
And I was going to say, I did feel like there's a lot more light in here.
It is brighter.
It was a lot brighter.
Experience.
So that was definitely nice. I'm always a sunroof person, so I don't like the fact that the XLE does not have it, but this is nice, 100%.
Yeah.
And of course, I just have to point out, there are still sunglasses holders.
I know, that's a very important feature.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
We need those for sure.
All right, Dustin, you know what? You gave me a lot to actually consider, so this was nice, for sure. This was definitely a lot better than I thought it was going to be. So.
Amazing, that's what I was going for.
That's great.
Cool.
All right, Dustin, so that was our Grand Highlander and our Lexus TX, and of course, we ended up learning quite a bit, but I still feel like you were pretty impressed by the Grand Highlander.
I was pretty impressed. I knew it was going to be similar driving because I've reviewed them before, like in a showroom.
Yes.
But it is very, very good.
And that's all I honestly want to hear.
For the money, you're getting a lot of car with the Grand Highlander.
You honestly are, which is great, and that's exactly what I wanted to hear, especially from Dustin.
But I will say I prefer the Lexus. I'd pay the extra money.
Now, with that being said, thank you so much, guys. So this is between the Toyota and the Lexus. Don't forget to check out Dustin Mason at Performance Lexus channel, all right? But please let me know what you guys thought. Like, subscribe, comment as much as possible. Thank you so much.